Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first inaugural episode of my new project, No Money, No Prospects. I'm not sure whether this is going to end up being a podcast or a video series or what. I feel like a lot of the podcasts I listen to at this point are also video series podcasts. So we'll kind of see how it turns out. Clearly, I'm not prepped in the slightest for this. This is not scripted. this is not planned. I literally just bought a webcam and a microphone today. Basically, today is my 26th birthday. And there's this clip from Pride and Prejudice. If you're familiar with TikTok, you may have heard it as a sound or seen it. Seen the clip on TikTok. But there's a clip from one of the mini adaptations of Pride and Prejudice where one of the characters says, "I'm 27 years old. I've no money and no prospects. I'm a burden to my parents and I'm frightened." And at 26 years old, that really feels like it's about me. Like, I very much relate to that clip. At 27 years old, I hope that I don't. I don't need the clip to really directly be about me. So, the idea behind this is that I am going to document the year between 26 years old, 27 years old. Hopefully, make some changes. Hopefully, make some progress. Hopefully, get to the point where I'm not 27 years old, no money, no prospects, burned to my parents, and frightened. We'll see if that ends up being the case. Either way, this is going to be the progression of that. So, I'm not really sure what this is going to end up looking like. It's probably going to be very different at the end than it is right now. Again, this is not scripted. I'm not prepped, clearly. This is literally a vacuum cleaner with clothes on top of it. Who let me be an adult? That's a great question. Maybe we'll get into that at some point. But hopefully this can just serve to be a video diary of sorts. Like a lot of people my age, I think, I am very confused. I'm not 100% certain of anything that's going on right now. The world is crazy. My life is crazy. I don't know anything. And so, I've tried journaling before. Not great at it, not consistent. I literally have a 10-year journal that I bought very optimistically at the beginning of this year, thinking, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be so great to be able to go back 10 years from now and know what I was thinking on April 21st, 2023. But I can tell you that I'm a month and a half behind on my daily journaling in that 10-year journal. I don't know. Like, I could try to go back and fix it, but like at this point, it's just going to be the whole summary is just that I'm unsatisfied with my life currently. And so the idea is that hopefully by doing kind of like a visual diary, I can be more consistent with it and be more honest and more accurate. Because the other thing with like physically writing in a journal is that my hand gets tired. It's been almost 10 years since I've been in high school. And, like I don't know, my hand cramps up. It's a dumb excuse, but like at the same time, I feel like I almost write performatively. Like I write in a journal as if someone's going to read it. And like, let's be real, like no one's reading my journals. Not anymore. Thank you, Mom, for that trauma from high school. Thank you for looking for and finding my diaries and reading them. But this time, in putting it out publicly, I am willingly putting it out for people to read. Sorry if you can hear the background noise. My cat has found a door stopper, and for the first time in like 2 years is like playing with it. He's a menace. His name is Griffin. He's a monster. Anyway, he'll probably show up in some of these videos. But yeah, that's the idea, is just kind of documenting the process and the progress and the changes between 26 years old and 27 years old. Hopefully there is progress. Hopefully there is some sort of positive change. We'll see. Maybe we learn something, maybe we don't. Either way, I want to be able to look back on this and say, like, oh yeah, that's what I was doing. That's what I was going through. And so the aim with this is to be very honest and very candid, I guess would be a good word for it, in my experience of this 26th year of my life. Griffin. Clearly, this is not scripted. What is that, the third time I've said this in this video? But we'll kind of see. Again, journaling is not consistent for me. What I do is I send Snapchats to people and I save them to watch later. So the idea of doing this in video format just makes sense for me. We'll see if it's consistent, if it's a good fit for my life. I'm a little bit of a narcissist in that I do like listening to myself talk, and I do like watching videos of myself. And that's maybe one of the things we'll talk about. It's also like a good space for me to just kind of talk about whatever's on my mind. I would love to talk about the relationship that I have with social media, the relationships that I have with YouTube, like the parasocial aspect of it, all of it. And I think this will be a good place to kind of break those things down. So again, long story short, after I've already told the long story, I'm not sure what this is exactly going to look like, but we're just going to go through it. If you're joining me, thank you so much for, clicking on this, watching this. Feel free to join, subscribe, whatever it is, whatever platform this ends up on. We may not necessarily learn anything, but it's sure to be a time. I'm not even going to guarantee that it's going to be a fun time, but it will be something. And hopefully it's of interest to you. And hopefully you can relate to it some way, because I feel like I'm definitely not the only person who feels lost at 26, I don't know. Again, I don't expect this to be anything more than just a visual diary for myself, but if you're joining, welcome. Thank you. Either way, whether we learn something or not, whether this is useful or not in any sort of sense, I'll be back next week. So we'll see you next week.